Welcome to the Heartbit podcast, where we delve into the heart of Bitcoin and uncover the sweet spot for enthusiasts worldwide. I'm Danny, your fellow Bitcoin explorer, and today we are going to be talking about the halving in the One Block Show, where we talk about something important in Bitcoin for about 10 minutes. Why are we talking about the halving? Well, because it's happening in about an hour and a half. Why do Bitcoiners around the world celebrate it and make such a big fuss about it? Well, that's what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to look at some videos of some of the parties that have already taken place, like the one in El Salvador and the one in Santorini, and we're going to be looking at some of the technical reasons why this takes place. But first, I want to show you this website called TimeChain, which was created in the past year or so. It's a really great tracker of blockchain data, but today we're going to look at it so that we can see the countdown for the halving. So let's put on the display. Okay, so this is the math. We'll look at it in a moment. But what I want to show you is this. This is the TimeChain calendar. Here it's telling us that we are at block 839,991. And up here it's indicating that there are 9 blocks left before the halving. This over here is telling us that we are in Epoch 4. The reason why we are in Epoch 4 is because there have been 4 halvings since the origin of Bitcoin. When Bitcoin first started, the miners would receive 50 Bitcoin as the reward for mining a new block. When that was after 4 years, approximately, it was cut in half, and instead of receiving 50 Bitcoin, they would receive 25 Bitcoin and then 12.5 Bitcoin, and currently they receive 6.25 Bitcoin. In approximately 90 minutes, so in an hour and a half, that reward is going to go down from 6.25 to 3.125. The reason why this is significant and it causes the number to go up is because even though the cost to mine the block and the electricity consumed to find a new block remains the same, the reward that is received is cut in half. And this over time means that the price is going to go up so that the miners can stabilize their effort reward basis. So let's go back to this equation. We'll come back to the clock in a moment. Let's go back to this equation and take a closer look at it. So why does the halving happen every 4 years? It happens because the algorithm that controls the halving is set to occur every 210,000 blocks, and it takes approximately 10 minutes to mine each block. So 10 minutes times 210,000 is going to give us approximately 4 years. If all this stuff about 10 minutes and blocks and mining sounds confusing, I recommend that you check out our What is a Blockchain episode, where we go into more detail about how the blockchain works, how the blocks work, how the rewards work. So if you have doubts about that, I recommend you go check out that episode. So let's keep on looking at our little PDF with our mathematical equation. Let's see. Okay, so the number here on the top left indicates the number of halvings that are ever going to occur. There's going to be 32, and currently we are approaching the 5th one, and that's why we're going to transition from the 4th epoch into the 5th epoch. 210,000, I have already explained it to you. It's what determines the amount of time between the halvings, which is approximately 4 years. And then on the right, you can see the number of new Bitcoins issued per block, which was originally 50, and it's half by 2 to the power of the epoch. And 50 divided that would give us 3.125. So this is the mathematics that governs the algorithm that controls the halving. And the reason why this is important is because when we reach 32 halvings, the emission of new Bitcoin will end and the supply will be fixed. And this is a cause for celebration because it means the currency is not inflationary. Okay, so before I show you guys the videos, let's take a quick look at this chart that gives us an idea of how the halving affects the Bitcoin price. The Bitcoin price will continue to be fluctuating. On the positive note, the fluctuations always tend towards the upper bound. So here you can see the different halvings. The halving is indicated by the line. On the left of the line are the year before it, and on the right of the line is the year after the halving. And as you can see, there's like quite a defined momentum going up after the halvings and for the year that follows the halving. So I recommend that you grab this app called Time Chain. It works on the phone. You can put it on your home screen to track the price. It's really good, cool looking, and it gives you a ton of information about what's going on. So let's take a look at some of the events that have been taking place around the halving. If you don't know, El Salvador has adopted Bitcoin as a legal tender, and it's used across the country by all citizens alike. We're not going to watch the whole thing, but we're going to watch a little bit of the video from the El Salvador party.
The real reason you come to an event is to meet other Bitcoiners, and so that's what we're trying to focus on, is how do we get Bitcoiners to meet other Bitcoiners and to gain those relationships in real life instead of on Twitter. Let's get people together, let's form new relationships, let's advance Bitcoin. We're going to have new businesses come out of this.
Okay, so that was the El Salvador party. As you can see, one of their more important things is to connect people together. I think that that's a super important core value, because it's us, the people, who are ultimately making Bitcoin happen. Let's take a look at the little small snippet of the Santorini party.
Here we are from the Santorini halving party. I'm George Saulidis, the chief organizer.
I'm Marco Costanza, and let me say that here the weather is wonderful, the guys are crazy, amazing, and the whole mood is wow, something
nice.
Wow.
Nice.
I love it.
I'm glad that everybody is having fun.
Yeah, the food also too is really good, let me say that. And now we are gonna listen a really interesting speech, I think.
Yes. The juicy speeches are gonna be right now. Yeah, the ones that you have to pay attention to. But that's not the point. The point is to have some sort of a conference, like half a conference, half a festival with some activities. We had lots of fun creating chocolate with Roger 9000. That was like a Zen experience. People were so attentive. All the other people were looking at it. They wanted a spot on the table. And we're gonna do a boating accident. We did the hiking.
Exactly.
So it's all been so much fun. We did the bit devs. We had an amazing technical meetup basically, and yeah, so many activities.
Will be really interesting tomorrow to lose all of our Bitcoin in the sea, the Mediterranean Sea, and say, oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry. Whoops. Sorry. Yeah.
It happens.
It happened. The boating accident. You're gonna see footage of that, and how much fun that will be.
Anyway, congrats again, because you organize a really wonderful event.
Thank you.
I think maybe this is the first party for the halving, so we are gonna open the dance for everyone in the next days.
They started in El Salvador, beginning of the month.
All right.
There are 40 halving parties
40.
happening. Yes.
Wow.
Big and small. Some people, like I know from Coin Corner, Molly, for example, she said, "Oh, we don't have a halving party in Isle of Man. It's a tiny island in the UK."
Oh, yeah.
And so she said, "Okay, I'm gonna plan one." So that's the point. Do it yourself. Start it yourself wherever you are. If you couldn't travel to one of the halving parties, just start one. There's still time. Even if you do it a bit later, who cares? Like, do it a week later. The point is for Bitcoiners to enjoy and get to know each other and have fun. Like, that's the point. That's the main thing.
Guys, stack sats and enjoy your halving party.
Exactly.
Bye.
Ciao.
There are many events taking place. One of the other events that I think is really fascinating is the Bitcoin Film Festival. It's taking place in Warsaw. If you haven't heard about it, I recommend you go check it out. There are some very important films coming out this year about the Bitcoin history. One of them is with Uncle Rockstar Dev, about the origins of BTC Pay server. So I really recommend you check that out if you haven't looked at it. Okay, so to close, I just want to say that if you didn't take part of the halving celebrations this year, you should go 4 years from now. Get ready. There's going to be many events going on. Make sure to check them out. Let me put the display with the block clock. Let's see the countdown where it's at. So here's the block clock. We're still 9 blocks away from the countdown because it takes about 10 minutes and this show takes about 10 minutes. So we might not see the block change while we're on the show, but I hope you found this information helpful and that you are excited to celebrate the halving 4 years from now. Thank you for joining us here in the One Block Show. I hope you have a great halving and see you on the next one.